Hello, Find Your ID NYC followers. Tonight, you are tuned into another segment of the After Hour following our Pink Talks. My name is Natalie Benoit, and I'm joined with the artist with the aesthetics, Allegra Dayo. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Lovely. You look so beautiful.
What's that?
Hey, your performance was amazing. I don't think we've ever had anyone set up the way that you set up tonight. You came in with a bang.
Oh my God, thank you. It really warms my heart to hear that because me and my team worked so hard all day today to make sure we brought you guys a really good show. So
we appreciate
it. I'm so happy.
I love it. So one of the first things I have to ask you is, you talked about this a little bit during the Pink Talks, but you said that this was your first kind of performance since Rona hit the United States, the coronavirus. So can you talk to me about how that's been for you?
So this being the first concert since coronavirus hit really made me happy. Like, you can ask everybody, like ask every one of my friends. Like, I've been really frantic about this, making it a really big deal. Because when I tell you I haven't performed in a minute, and like performance and music is my life. So even to be able to just come here in the backyard with you guys really just pumped me up. Like, I was so happy. Like, I feel like I'm at the Grammys, honey. Like, so yes, so it was really special to me to be able to perform with you guys. This being my first show, I was really stoked up. I've been practicing all week and everything like that, trying to get the aesthetics together, trying to get the music together. And we had a few bumps in the road with sound and stuff, but that's just how it goes in this industry. You always have to plan and prepare for things to go wrong, especially like we're living in a time of pandemic. But I feel like that's actually taught a lot of us how to be more resourceful and more innovative with things. So
yeah, you gotta roll with the punches.
Gotta roll with the punches, exactly.
Literally. So something else, you know, you are a rapper, a songwriter, a singer. You have a very extensive music career. I think you said you started rapping when you were 12, or was it 6?
Well, I started like being musically inclined at 6. I was in the choir. Then I was in certain theater plays with like the Beverly Arts Center, things like that, taking violin lessons, piano. So, but by the time I was 12, like, I always wrote poems and things like that. But by the time I was 12 and I had like an impromptu random like freestyle battle in lunch, and I won, and like everybody gassed me up. I'm like, you know what? This might be my calling or whatever. And so it just took off from there, like, ever since then.
Amazing. And you know, you're not just a music career. You have a lot of other passions and hobbies, some of which you told me previously. But what would you say is something that you're super interested in and is like probably one of your biggest passions aside from music?
Well, I have 3 passions, I guess. Music. No, I'm just playing. But outside of music, like, really just being holistic and in tune with my self-care and trying to bring that knowledge to others around me. I'm really passionate about that. Like, I'm really trying to like hit friends around me or people around me about like different things that we can do, holistic ways to make ourselves feel good these days. Like, I know in hip hop culture, it's really easy for artists, especially, to turn to drugs or substances. Or now, mind you, I got a blunt in my hand, but mind you, Mary is the only thing we do. We might do a psilocybin, a psychedelic on a birthday or two, but no. But I say that to get back on topic, that I want to like show people that, hey, you can light your candle, you can light your sage, you can light your incense. Go sit with your crystal in the corner and meditate. You don't always have to rely on being leaned out or perked out. You feel me? Like, it's other ways, and not even just drugs. Like, people that have anger issues or stress problems, like, you don't have to turn to, you know what I'm saying, toxic ways of doing things. Like, not negative energy at all. Like, I really am passionate about hipping people to positive ways of doing things and living their life.
That's amazing. And you know, something else you seem to really be into is astrology, right?
Yeah. So like, I'm pretty much into, you know, astrology, signs, things like that. I really just started a spiritual journey like a couple years ago, like in college. And the person that I am today, like, I feel like that journey has really shaped it. Like, being able to know about the signs and why like certain things are going on in my life because of the moon aspects and shit like that. Like it really makes life easy, if you ask me, when you are in tune with astrology and you are in tune with your chart and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm definitely into that, girl.
And would you say that you are Capricorn to the fullest?
I won't say to the fullest, only because like I'm right there on the cusp of that Aquarius, and I'm an Aquarius.
I'm an Aquarius.
Yes, and I'm Aquarius as well. So I kind of resonate with both signs. I resonate with both signs. So I can't say I'm a Capricorn to the fullest, because those full Capricorns, Jesus, like I know I'm a workaholic, but I've seen some Capricorns that don't stop, that are super in it. But I think my Aquarius side lets me be a little playful, a little creative, a little bit more free and whimsical.
Yeah.
I feel like I got maybe that 80-20 rule going on with my Cap and Aquarius placements, period.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both, exactly.
And when we previously spoke, you mentioned that you have a business that, you know, you kind of started, I believe, and it's about customizing bling, t-shirts, has some holistic merch. Could you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yes, so actually during the pandemic, I've actually been sitting on Wusa Dayo brand for, you know, the past like 3 years. Like I always knew that I wanted to do my candles, my sages, but in a different way that other people were doing them. A lot of them with personalized affirmations, straight from me, things like that. We're definitely gonna do hats, Dayo hats. We're definitely doing t-shirts. And yeah, during the pandemic, I actually got the legal things straight in. So now we are officially Wusa Dayo Brand LLC. And we are getting ready to launch the website at the same time that we launch the EP, so that you guys will be able to check out my music at the same time. You'll be able to go get you some merch so you can light up and vibe while you enjoy music.
And when is everything launching, the EP and the line?
So after this show, because like we've been planning and prepping for this, I'm going to choose a date tomorrow, but it's gonna be end of August or that first week in September. Like, cause everything's done, everything's mixed, it's mastered. We just gotta get it to you guys, and it's gonna be available on all platforms: Apple, Spotify, Tidal, everything. It's gonna be everywhere.
And with your business, what would you say is like one of the items you're most excited about launching and like releasing to people?
Honestly, at first it was the customized blinged out sages, because I love bling and I love sage. So at first it was that, but after I just seen these prototypes for these Wusa Dayo hats, these bucket hats, honey, that's my favorite item on the list. And like people are already ready to wear their hats. So like I'm so excited for that. I wish we had one out here for you guys to show, honey, because
I would love that.
We're gonna have denim, khaki, black, all colors you can think of.
That's mad dope. And if you can hear me, I have another question for you.
Yes, I can hear you so good.
Okay, wonderful. Is there a particular idea or fashion item that you want to pursue later on ahead? Like once everything is launched, like is there something you want to try more, whether that's like purses or accessories, shoes, or like a certain style?
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like since I'm real big and I'm big on like the fast clothes, and accessories like sunglasses.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I really would love to get into my own personalized Dayo aesthetic sunglasses. I would love to get into, you know what I mean? Maybe open up a hair salon or two where you can go and get your aesthetic look somewhere that you might can't get at other salons. Definitely want to get into the clothes. Like I really honor and appreciate artists like Rihanna,
multi-level,
that are multi-level and that they can tap into multiple things with their brand. And I really look up to that. And I kind of want to do selling my incense, and they sold out on like the first day. You feel me? Like I really respect artists in the game, especially that can have other things going on under their brand other than just the music.
Right. And so would you say that's kind of like your ultimate goal, is to not just be music, but to kind of make an empire out of your brand and yourself?
Definitely an empire. Definitely an empire. definitely want to make a brand for myself outside of the music, even though that's my number one love. But
Yeah.
I'm such a jack of all trades. Like, I can't just limit myself in a box. Like, even with the style of my music, like, it's so different. One minute we might have rap, one minute we might have neo soul, one minute we might have a punk rock, you see? And it's just like, just me as a person, I don't like to be boxed in. So I think I just want to do everything under the umbrella that I'm capable of doing.
That's beautiful. That's really awesome. And I'm sure that, you know, when you were growing up, was there anybody that kind of inspired you, whether that was in the music career or in the fashion career? Because you mentioned Rihanna. Would you say that she's someone?
Yeah, Rihanna is definitely one someone inspired me. Like, just because how she came up in her journey so young, and I saw like the elevation of her talent, her skill, her style, her business mindset all throughout her career. And I definitely have to credit Mother Badu, because this is baby Badu. Like, I
Yeah.
definitely have to credit like my neo soul music and stuff when I was growing up around the house. But I really, really drew to Erykah Badu, her style, her aesthetic, the way she just carries herself in the industry, like how she's been in this business for so long and is still able to go during this pandemic and sell out live stream concerts for her dollar concerts and things like that. Like, I really look up to her, and I think a lot of my influence comes from women like her, Lisa Left Eye, Lauryn Hill, and I just gotta pay homage to them real quick.
Amazing. And with your line itself, what is like the production like? Like, are you yourself preparing all of the fashion items, or do you have a team that's dedicated to helping you create the image, create designs, and get it done? What is that like?
So it's literally all me. Like, I'll give you a little peek in what I did yesterday. I was running around. I had to go find the rest of the pieces for the outfit. I had to stay up till 4 a.m. doing this hair last night. I barely got any sleep. I woke up and instantly, like, you know, had to get other things together, makeup, lashes, things like that. So it's really typically just me. Now I do have friends that are around, and I'll be like, "Hey, girl, does this mask go with this outfit? You know, like, does it go with this?" And they definitely give me feedback. Like, I don't have them type of friends that's gonna send me off or that's gonna have me out here looking crazy. So I definitely go to my confidants for feedback. Yes, I do. But really, it's just me. And then I throw my ideas out there and I get my feedback on it. They tell me, yeah, Dayo, that's hot. We rocking with it. And then we just go from there.
That's so dope. And when you're coming up with things, like, is it just like internally you're like, oh, I think this looks really good? Or is it like you watch TV or you read a magazine and you get inspiration? What is like that process, the creative side of it, like for you?
Like, I rarely watch TV. So if I have any like inspiration from anything like that, like, it'll be like from the 90s, because I'm a 90s baby. So like, I get a lot of my inspiration from the 90s, and like these beads with these braids, like, this the shit we was rocking when we were kids. But I just adulted it and made it, you know what I'm saying, aesthetic. Like, sometimes we just have to recycle things from our past, from past eras, and make them our own, make them, you know what I'm saying, here to our own generation. And that's pretty much it. Or sometimes I'll be bored. Like, I'll literally be bored and be like, oh, this might look, or to be honest with you, I might be smoking trees and just be like, hey, break on one side, straight on one might look really good. And like, it just comes together like that. But I'm just really thankful that I do have that creative, innovative mindset, because I feel like that's what really is setting me apart out here from, you know, other artists and things like that.
Definitely. And I think before you also mentioned earlier that like you were in college. Did you study something in fashion or in music specifically?
I actually went to college and everyone was like, you need plan B, you need plan B. Even though I don't believe in plan B, I just believe in go for plan A until you can't go no more shit. And yeah, like, for real. So went to school, and at first I was going for business, because they're like, oh, you can get any job with business when you leave.
Right.
You know? So I got to business, and we had to take like the classes, you know, the little intro classes, and I took a psychology intro course, fell in love, and I knew that if I wasn't doing music, I would want counseling and being somebody that they could come to when they're having problems, and be that healer. Because like, I've always had like healer vibes anyway since I was a kid. So I'm like, this would be perfect for me. So you know what I'm saying? Tap into the field of psychology. So I went ahead and majored in psychology. I graduated a couple years ago.
Wow.
And I end up, when I first got home, I was able to get a job as an ABA therapist working with autistic children. So that was really cool. And now it's just like, God is pushing me to, you are finally ready to just do you and do the music. Like, you did your work, you did your help, you earned your degree, you earned your stripes. Like, now just go for what you really want to go for, what you really love, what really makes you wake up in the morning, you know?
And that makes you happy and fulfilled. That's beautiful. You know, one of the other things too is that people say that we're currently in the age of the Aquarius. And you know, I'm an Aquarius, like I said, so I appreciate that. And so, but what's interesting is that this astrological era is like associated with freedom and humanitarian and rebellion and nonconformity and all these like very revolutionary ideas. So given the world that we're living in, you know, with everything that's been going on politically, socially, what are your thoughts about, you know, kind of living through this era? Do you think that there's a connection between what we're seeing right now and the age of Aquarius?
Most definitely. And that's why I feel like people kind of need to tap in, wake up, and get in tune with some shit. Because if you just pay attention to certain things in astrology, like you said, this is the age of Aquarius, the themes that are going on right now are very much so the themes of the age of Aquarius. Like, we're seeing a lot of rebellion with the riots, with the protests. Like, we're seeing a lot of things going on, as they should be going on, because noise should be being made during this time where people aren't treated properly. But yeah, I definitely see a connection, and I feel like that just helps people like me and more people who do understand that, hey, it's some synchronicities going on. Like, that just helps us navigate a little bit smoother because we know what's up. Like,
yeah, it kind of helps, like you said, navigate, figure out like this is happening at the same time as the age of Aquarius. Like, it lines up, so it kind of gives people a little bit of like, okay, like this is really happening. Right. So is there anything else you would like to share with your fans that are watching and the Find Your ID NYC followers?
Man, well, I just really want to say I appreciate you guys for rocking tonight. Dayo Land, a lot goes into this behind the scenes, and we vlogged from yesterday to today. We vlogged the latest 48 hours, so that's going to be on my Instagram page for you guys to see how we put together the show for PYNK Talks NYC. And you guys can get a more in-depth look of what really goes on behind the scenes, trying to get ready for shows like this. And also, I just want you guys to follow me on Instagram at Allegra Dayo. Follow me on Twitter at Allegra Dayo. And then you can check out my YouTube page. You guys can check out my Spotify page, and you guys can check out my most recent single on Apple Music with my talented good sis Stage Monet, called Type of Time. Please download that on Apple Music and all platforms. And yeah, like, just stick with me, you guys. Like, I know y'all have never seen no chick like me. So y'all might as well go ahead and see what's to it, what's to a bitch.
You're one of a kind.
Like, take the Dayo journey with me. Like, I really want to reintroduce myself to the world with this next EP. So I'm excited for you guys to come take this trip.
Well, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing all those social media platforms for everybody so we can check out what's going on. And I'm so excited to see that vlog that you guys made, because I can't imagine how it must have been setting everything up.
Yeah, girl, it was funny too.
I'm hyped. Well, thank you so much, Allegra, for joining Find Your ID NYC. It has been such a pleasure to have you, not only in the After Hours segment, but for PYNK Talks.
Oh, yes. Thank you for having me as well. I really appreciate you guys.
Oh, thank you so much, love.
All right.
Have a good one.
You as well. Be blessed. Mwah.